The evolution of atomic theory. When did it start? Most likely when the first natural philosopher in ancient times asked the seemingly obvious question, can one take a chunk of gold and cut it up until one reaches the smallest particle of gold? Or simply, is there a smallest particle of something? Seems like a reasonable enough question that anyone could ask. Where do you cut and cut and cut to infinity? This is a story about humankind developing a highly resolved picture of the basic building blocks of matter, step by step by step. Dalton was one of the first to scientifically state that atoms cannot be subdivided, created, or destroyed. This was based upon the scientifically proven concept that atoms of different elements combine in simple whole numbers. Dalton's law of multiple proportions. Atoms come in different sizes, shapes, and masses, but there is most definitely a smallest particle of any element called atoms. Thus began modern atomic theory. Using better technology and ingenuity, Ben Franklin discovered there were two types of fundamental particles. J.J. Thomson formulated the idea that these two particles were embedded within the atom like a raisin muffin. The positive charge was the muffin, and the negative charge were the electrons, the raisins. A smallest particle with smaller particles inside. Rutherford, using even better technology, was able to resolve the conundrum further by discovering that muffin wasn't really there at all. Instead, there was a really small and massive center to this raisin muffin. It seems the negative charge, the electrons, are outside the small but massive central nucleus. He still didn't know what was inside, but it was the positive charge. The atom is as large as it is because the electrons were spread so far apart. Most of the atom is just space. Don't even get me started on what space is. You are 99.99% space, so why can't you walk through the wall? It's 99.99% space as well. Imagine being in the forest at night. You hear a sound. Is it a bear? A squirrel? Then you hear something moving. That seems bigger than a squirrel. More like a deer. Maybe. Okay, now you hear a tree branch break. It's got to be a bear. Then you see two eyes in the distance. Your brain is developing, resolving what you actually are perceiving. If it's a bear, got to split, right? Then you hear a loud growling roar. It's a bear. Your brain has resolved the issue. Time to flee. Our resolution of the atom is much better today. According to early 20th century quantum theory, electrons are not orbiting the nucleus. The electrons are here, then they're over there, and then somewhere else. Electrons have a higher chance of being near the nucleus, but they also have a small chance of being farther away. The electron positions are represented by a probability distribution cloud. There goes the resolution. Our earlier bear in the woods analogy breaks down in dramatic fashion. There was a sound of a tree branch breaking and a roar, but the bear is nowhere to be found. Atomic theory gets much stranger than this.